Morning everybody. Today in our class we will discuss about Indian freedom struggle, the first war of independence. This chapter, okay? So let's start. First we will discuss about the Indian conditions before entering the British. Okay. So the regions of Mughal dynasty come to end at the early 18th century when King Aurangzeb died without leaving any proper successors. Okay, so there were a revolt against Mughal emperor by the Maratha, the Sikh, and the Jats. Okay, after that the country broke into the small spaces. Then India had straight contact from the ancient time with the many countries like you can say Greece, Rome, Arabia, Persia, Egypt, Java, Sumatra, Burma, Ceylon, etc. Okay, in 1498, Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese sailor, found a sea route to India from Europe. Okay, then he landed at Calicut in Kerala and started trading from there. After that, the Portuguese took control of the west coast of settling up and trading center at Kochi, Cunnar, Calicut. Okay, then these trading centers were called companies. After that, these companies brought Indian spices, cotton, textile, and the others materials which were sold at the high price in Europe and America. Okay, understood? Mane they after that, in the earlier of 18th century, the British were come to India and replaced the Portuguese, and then they from the so many companies like Dutch, the France, the British, they come from Europe and they started their companies and settled down in India. This is how the British were the most prominent people who colonized most part of our country. Now we will discuss about the entry of the British. Okay, the Mughal Emperor Jahangir was the first king who allowed the British traders to establish their trading center in India. Okay, then the first center was set up in the year 1608 at Surat in Gujarat. After that, in India there are so many places they create the center of their business like in Chennai, in Kolkata, Mumbai, and few cities in Bihar and Bengal. The East India Companies was set up in the year 1600 in London, and then with the permissions of the Queen of England to administer their trade in India. The in this time the political situations in India was very weak. So this gave an opportunity to the British to build fort and set up their armies in their trading center. They claimed that they were doing to this money building their fort only to protect their trading center. But this is not real. In reality, they were preparing themselves to establish their rule in this country. Okay. But the Nawab of Bengal, Siraj-ud-Daulah, was against the building of the fort around the British trading center in India. He insisted that the British should behave like an traders and they should not build their fort and they have to be demolished their forts. Okay. The British, who had become very powerful in that time, they are opposed the Nawab and start a war against him in 1757. This war, known as a Battle of Plassey, it was fought under the leadership of the Robert Clive. The British defeated the Nawab and then they established the British East India Company in India after this war. Okay, then the British used their diplomacy and created disunity among Indian rulers on the basis of the caste and religions. They adopted the policy of divide and rule over the Indian subcontinent for the next 190 years. Okay. Now we will discuss about the dissatisfactions among Indians. The rulers of India underwent the great trouble during these 190 years of the British rule. Like as a social causes, we will have to know what happened in that time. The heavy taxes were applied on the farmers and they were forced to grow only cotton and indigo for the cotton mills in England, but they were paid very little amount to them. The raw materials were taken away from India and the finished goods were brought from England and sold in India with a high price. And this would push Indian to poverty. Another social causes is like Indian those industries like the flow of mill made product from the England. These machines made products were cheaper than the Indian products, and Indian industries started having the heavy losses, and that's why they are shut down, and that's why so many peoples were unemployed in that time. The British were neither allowed to Indians to open mills or factories nor trade in things of their choice. This led to the downfall of Indian industry. Political causes. Various policies were made by the British to bring Indian territory under their control. They led to discontentment among Indian rulers. One such policy was doctrines of lapse. It was introduced by the British governor Lord Dalhousie. What is this policy? According to this policy, if an Indian ruler died without leaving a son as heir, his kingdom would be brought directly under the British rule. Okay. The king, who were considered weak and could not oppose the British, were forced to surrender to this policy. The Nawab of Oudh was one of such ruler, and the province of Jhansi and the part of the Maratha kingdoms were also brought under this Britishers due to this policy. Okay, so this is what happened during the period of the British rule.